Responsive shopping cart functionality with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. See the no internet connection icon below. Well, that's why this video is so late. Now that I have internet, you can see this e-commerce cart functionality where users can add products to a cart, view the cart, and remove items from it. We will use font awesome icons today. And before you guys ask, yes, this will be responsive. Did you notice how the cart number updates and the product gets added to the sidebar as soon as you click the Add to Cart button? Also, the total amount of money updates as you add or delete products. I will add the font awesome icon link in the description. This is the image we will use in the product card, and this is our title. I have already added the CSS and JavaScript files to the HTML file. Now let's start our localhost and write our HTML code. I am not sure if this Edge browser will work without internet or not, but let's hope for the best. We will start by creating the shopping cart icon with a badge showing the number of items. It's going to be positioned at the top right and will be clickable to open the sidebar. Of course, icons wouldn't load here without internet, but at least this browser is working. We will use a lot of JavaScript today to incorporate all the add, update, and delete functionalities to this website. Now it's time to create all those product cards. Each product card has an image, title, price, and an Add to Cart button. The cart sidebar will also update the title of the product as it gets added or deleted along with the price and total amount. There are going to be 6 products displayed in this Flexbox wrapper. I will create a cute e-commerce website soon, and I hope you guys like it. I will try not to use one image throughout the website because I am lazy. If you guys haven't been bored with this one watch image by the end of this video, then it's a good thing, because you will see it a lot in future, because I am lazy to get new images. Anyways, let's copy-paste this product card 5 more times. Also, I will change the title and prices so you all can see the different titles and prices updated when product is added or deleted from the cart. I will put the link for the entire code in the description, but I need support from my channel, so please watch the entire video. Now for this cart sidebar we have. It contains the items added to the cart. It includes a close button, a list of cart items, and a footer showing the total amount and a checkout button. This cart menu will have an empty div named cart items that will be updated using JavaScript with multiple cart item divs as we add to cart or delete from cart. Now it's time for our footer that includes total amount and checkout button. Initially, it's at $0, but we will also update this with JavaScript according to the items in cart as they get added or deleted. I think we have everything, so now let's add some makeup with CSS. I will write CSS from scratch today. I used the fonts Everywhere Spectral and Aberretto, and I will add these font link in the description as well. Here we are resetting all elements margins and paddings to 0. And box sizing to border box includes padding and borders in the total size. The body has a gradient background from teal to blue and light text color. These days, I am obsessed with gradient colors. I mean, they look very pretty as long as it's different shades of same color like blue. For the entire website, we have set up the text color to be white, more like silver. We have text capitalized. This button container is the container holding the cart button icon, and it is positioned at the top right corner of the page. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it makes my mom smile every time she sees new subscribers, which is the best thing to see in the world. Now let's just align our text to center with some margin. Since we are done with the button icon container, let's style the icon itself that we can't see here because of no internet. If you guys are wondering whether I am miserable without internet or not, then yes, I am in severe pain about it. Anyways, the cart icon has rounded corners, a blue background with padding, and of course smooth transitions on hover. I just realized I mistakenly wrote border radius to be 50 pixels, not 50%, but anyways, that's not important here and you guys can fix it in your own code. It's always great to add transitions in buttons, and its icons for cool button animations and effects. I don't remember if I made a video about some cool transition effects or not, but I will soon. Now let's add hover animation to this icon for styling and fashion purposes. When hovering over the cart icon inside the cart button, the background color, as well as text color changes, including box shadow, creating a prominent shadow effect. By the way, you can also check out the demo of this code in a shorter time by watching my YouTube short about this. I will put the link in the description. Remember, this icon is font awesome, which means we have freedom to style itag, so let's do that. Also remember the span, where the number of items in the cart displays above the cart icon. Well, time to style that. This cart icon span styles a small, circular red badge with centered bold text, positioned 10 pixels above and to the right of its parent element, with position absolute. I just realized in this span, at least this time, we mistakenly didn't write pixel instead of percentage. Let's see the icon and everything else somewhere else. I just realized something is wrong with the span badge when it's not getting placed where it should be. Apparently I forgot I am supposed to love our positions in CSS. Now at least, we can see the span badge above the cart icon along with hover effects. Now it's time we take care of product cards and its container and style them to look pretty. The wrapper class centers all product cards using flexbox, wraps them when needed, and adds a trim gap between them, whereas the product card applies a blurred background, rounded corners, a shadow, and a 300 pixels width with smooth transitions for transforming and shadow changes. By the way, next long video will be about portfolio that we are about to finish up in 2 to 3 videos. I prefer the box shadows to be light, but then I worry about people not seeing it in the video at all. So, if that's the case, just know I have a working box shadow, and if something is not working I will tell you guys. That being said, when product card is hovered, they move up slightly and their shadow intensifies. Now it's time for us to style the content and classes inside the product card. Starting from the watch image inside the card that you guys keep seeing everywhere. The image inside card image spans 100% of its container's width, is 200 pixels tall, and maintains its aspect ratio by covering the area without distortion. Card content adds 20 pixels padding inside the content area and centers the text, while H3 has been given the font size of 22 pixels and prices are bold cyan, 18 pixels in size, with a 10 pixels margin. Let's set up our buttons in our website in general by styling them. The buttons are styled with bold text, 30 pixels rounded corners, 10 pixels by 20 pixels padding, and a blue background with light text. They will smoothly transition to a cyan background and dark text on hover, while maintaining a 1 rem capitalized font size and a pointer cursor. While we are writing this, I need you guys' support to grow my channel, and I would love it if you guys just press that subscribe button. Thank you so much for those who support me even when I struggle to make videos because I don't know how to edit videos professionally. A big thank you. Now it's time for us to style that cart sidebar that we saw in the demo after clicking the cart icon. The sidebar is fixed at 300 pix width, 85% tall panel with a semi-transparent white background, blurred effect, and rounded left corners. It slides in from the right with a smooth 0.4 seconds transition when opened, starting from an off-screen position of -350 pixels. I usually get things red to fix them in CSS. I don't know why, but it helps when you are having bad eyesight too. Although the current glassy look for the cart sidebar is dope too, in my humble opinion. I was actually contemplating on whether to have a dark glassy look with RGB values to be 0 and opacity 0.3, but then I like this more. But if you guys like the dark look of the cart sidebar, then just change the background values of RGB to be 0 rather than 255. Now we create the open class that we will trigger with JavaScript to bring the cart sidebar into view from right when cart icon is clicked. But we also need a way to close the sidebar, and for that, we will style the sidebar close container class that contains the close icon. The close button is positioned 20 pixels from the right and 10 pixels from the top, with a cursor pointer, 1.5 rem font size, and color silver. It also rotates 90 degrees on hover with a 0.3 seconds smooth transition. Cart menu containing cart items has a vertical scroll bar and a maximum width of 73%, while its H3 headers are centered, with a 1.8 rem font size, dark color, 1 rem bottom margin, and fixed positioning. I keep testing stuff with cart sidebar right being 0 and -350 pixels when I should just write the entire CSS and then change it back, but well, I'm scared to forget about it and ruin everything, so please don't think I am too dumb. The cart items is a fixed position container for cart item classes that is 90% wide, displays items in a vertical column with a 15 pixels gap, and has a vertical scroll bar. This container will have content updated when the items are added in cart or deleted from it. Now we will style classes that we are going to create in JavaScript and include in the web page when item is added or deleted. Cart item is styled with flex layout for spacing, 5 pixels padding, rounded corners, and a 1 pixel solid border. The price for each cart item beside the title of the cart item is going to be whitish silver. Now the footer part of the sidebar that will have the total amount of all the cart items summed up along with the checkout button needs to be styled. The sidebar footer itself is positioned at the bottom with a width of 88%, while the total amount inside the footer displays flexibly with space between alignment, a 2 pixels border, and padding. While the cart total containing the total summed up amount of the products in cart has a 16 pixels font size and bold weight, whereas the checkout button is centered with a 2 rem top margin. This remove button class will also be created in JavaScript that has the trash icon, which will delete items from the cart. Let's just make cart sidebar right to be -350 pixels and then see what we made so far in the website. There seems to be a problem with the title because the website title partially hides on cart hover. So, we adjusted its margin. Now let's add functionality to this with JavaScript. Alright, so initially we are setting up variables and event listeners to handle adding items to the cart, removing items, updating totals, and opening, closing the cart sidebar. Event listener for DOM content loaded ensures that the script runs after the DOM is fully loaded. For adding functionality, we select various elements including the cart icon, sidebar, close button, checkout button, and containers for cart items, total amount, and cart count, and retrieves add to cart button. Considering the fact I don't have any feedback about whether my code explanation in videos is required or not, or if in case it's required, is it good enough or not. I am writing scripts based on hope they are good enough, so please give me some feedback in the comments about it. By the way, Please notice what classes and IDs I am taking from HTML. We don't make mistakes in the code. Otherwise, JavaScript is gonna become your nightmare. I have been a victim of this nightmare before, so always try to copy-paste classes from HTML as much as possible, even when I am sure in my class or ID name memory. Now we are going to initialize an empty array of cart to hold cart items. For now, it's empty. Now we are creating a function to update cart, and this update cart function clears the current contents of the cart items container, initializes a total variable to track the total price, and iterates over each item in the cart array to create a new div for each item, add the cart_item class, and set its HTML with the item's name, price, and a remove button. It then appends this div to the container, updates the total price by adding each item's price, and finally updates the cart total and item count displays with the formatted total price and number of items in the cart. Right now, we are setting up the cart items HTML to display the item's name and price, alongside a trash icon for removing the item, with the item's index stored, a data attribute for identification. Remember the remove button class we styled in CSS without its presence in HTML. Well, here we are adding that class to the trash icon. It's cool how much JavaScript can do for us while also carrying HTML and CSS on its back. For those who don't know, append child adds a new child element to the end of a specified parent element. This part we are writing updates the cart total with the formatted price and sets the cart count to the number of items in the cart. Defix is a JavaScript method that formats a number to a specified number of decimal places, returning a string representation of the number. Now we will create add to cart function, where this add to cart function takes an item, adds it to the cart array using push method, and then triggers the update cart function to refresh the cart display with the updated items and totals. Same with creating remove from cart function that deletes an item from the cart using its index with splice method and then calls update cart function to refresh the cart display. For this part, the code iterates through each add to cart button, attaches a click event listener to each, locates the nearest cart card element, retrieves the item's name and price from that card, creates an object with these details, and then invokes add to cart function to add the item to the cart. By the way, the text content is a cool property that gets or sets the text content of an element, including its descendants, without any HTML markup. In this price part, the code retrieves the price text from an element, removes the $sign, and converts the remaining string into a floating point number for calculations. So now the item includes name, that is the title of the product, and price of the product. Now we will create a function to remove items from cart on clicking the remove button class that we gave to the trash icon. A click event listener is added to cart items container to check if the clicked element has the remove button class, retrieve the item index from its dataset, and then remove the item from the cart using remove from cart function. It's the same remove from cart function we created earlier. Now we need to add functionality to the cart icon that opens sidebar on cart icon click and closes cart sidebar with close icon click. So clicking the cart icon adds the open class we created in CSS to make the sidebar visible, while clicking the sidebar close icon removes the open class to hide the sidebar. I think after this, we will see what we have made so far and if it's worthy of going towards media queries or not. Things seems to be working out and JavaScript seems to be nice today. In short, this JavaScript code handles cart add, update delete operations, and sidebar toggling. Now it's time to take care of some media queries while also finalizing things to look good, and then we will see the final outcome of this code. Since this cart icon is hiding behind cards and other content when scrolled, we need to add the index to get it above the rest of the content. Now it's better, but let's see the rest of the content on the small screen. Like this sidebar is coming above the cart icon but does not look good. The best way to debug any website, in my humble opinion, is this inspect option in the browser, where we can change things around without messing with the original code to see what's best and then change the main code if necessary. Another thing wrong is the fact that I think this footer is a little too at the top, which makes the cart items container a little shorter to be pretty. It's just a small thing, but I am itching to fix it. This media queries part is just some small things that I think should be fixed, but other than that the whole add to cart functionality is completed and most of the UI seems fine. The cart items container cart menu needs to have a bit more height so that it looks nice on small screen the same way it looks nice on the large screen. Now let's add the new corrections we made in code to the main code, is that it caters to all screen sizes, and that it also looks pretty good all in all. So now we change the minimum height of cart items. We will also get the cart icon to be a little more on top so as to not get it below the sidebar. This icon is also a bit more on the left than it should be, so let's fix that as well. Now we will fix a bit of the cart sidebar, so let's find it somewhere in this code. Found it only to change a bit of the top value. Time to find out if we corrected the rest of the code from inspection to main code, and then go for actually writing media queries. This total amount thing is also not sitting well with me. It needs to come down a bit, right? So let's add margin bottom and negative in the total amount class to do just that. The rest of the thing seems fine, so let's actually see all the screen sizes in order to start writing media queries. Now the cart items are actually hitting the title My Cart in large screen size, so let's find a middle ground for everything. I am making this media query section boring with getting things right in this web page in order to share ways of how we work things out and debug, so you guys can learn from it. Now in large screen size of 1024 pixels, we want cart items to not hit the title by adding margin top of 4 rem. We are also going to move back the button container 20 pixels right and top for large screen size, because that's what seems preferable. Yeah, that seems nice, but let's just finalize the different screen sizes to make it fully responsive. All seems good except the part where checkout button looks lonely without any functionality attached to it, so let's do something about it. Nothing to high five, just that this checkout button will remove the open class to hide the sidebar. We will achieve the goal of removing the open class the same way as we did with sidebar close, since checkout button will only be visible when open class is already active, making the sidebar visible. The checkout button has an even listener of click that will remove open class on clicking the button. Looks dope. Let's see the final product. So this is our finalized, fully responsive final version of this add to cart functionality based website. This is also not sped up video, though you guys can fully see what's going on in this website. Considering how much I have already bored you guys with my blabbering throughout the video, I will shut up now and let you guys enjoy some peace and quiet. If you guys have dealt with my dead humor for 26 minutes straight, then